Good morning YouTube. In today's video we're going to be exploring the ruins of a 12th century castle that was abandoned over 500 years ago. And after that we're going to be climbing Detling Hill and taking in the stunning views across the Kent landscape. Would you like to join me? It's only a short walk today, about 3 miles. There's going to be plenty to see on this one. Well, that is treacherous, climbing up there. Well, climbing up's not so bad. Going back down again to get the tripod afterwards was. Nearly, I know you wanted to see that. If you don't live in England, it's currently, I think it's the 16th of February today, and it has rained every single day this year. Every single day, that's not an exaggeration. And so that is just a muddy quagmire of a slope that I've just hauled myself up and then skidded back down again to go and get the tripod. I've hauled myself back up again to tell you about it. Well, not just to tell you about it, also to show you this view. This is why they built a castle here. How amazing is that? Thurnham Castle sits in a commanding position on the edge of the North Downs, overlooking the Vale of Holmesdale, with spectacular views across the Weald of Kent towards the coast. Located in Whitehall's Country Park in Kent, the castle is a 12th century Motte and Bailey ruin situated on the North Downs. Built by the Thurnham family, it offers dramatic views of the Weald of Kent and features accessible, free-to-visit stone ruins, including part of a flint-built curtain wall. Dating from the 12th century, it was likely built on the site of an earlier Saxon fortress known as Godard's Castle, which may have been preceded by a Roman watchtower. It is a Motte and Bailey castle, with remaining ruins consisting primarily of the Inner Bailey gatehouse and sections of a flint-built shell keep. The castle fell into decay after the owners, Stephen and Robert de Thurnham, did not return from the Crusades with Richard the Lionheart. I always find there's something special about castles. They're not the grandest structures we've ever built, not the most incredible, not the most beautiful. There's something awe-inspiring about them. Something that just taps into our imagination just a little bit differently to all the other buildings and structures that we've built throughout history. There's something fantastical about a castle, isn't there? There's not much left standing of Thurnham Castle, just this kind of gatehouse area here. A couple of pillars on one side, and then this wall on the other side, which is 10 feet tall at its highest point still, and would have been a lot taller back in the day. But even though there's not much left of it, you still get this sense of wonderment. Just being here, touching it. You feel part of history. This was built in the 1100s, the 12th century, and it's still standing today. Part of it anyway. But we can't stand around all day looking at Thurnham Castle as much as we might want to. We're dropping down now off of the hill that Thurnham Castle sits on, and we're going to head down to Thurnham Village, which is a medieval village which built up underneath the castle. And it's got a 13th century church there, almost as old as the castle, the Church of St Mary's. And from there we're going to make our way back up Detling Hill, which is just over there behind this embankment. And the views from up there are going to be amazing, especially if the sun holds out, because it is forecast to rain in a little while. So we have got to get a move on a little bit. It's a steep drop down into the village of Thurnham, and we're still descending, but I know the camera never does it justice, but it's pretty steep, this road. And that shot that I just showed, the panning shot with the view and that steep slope heading down over the sweeping landscape, that's what we're going to have to climb up on the way to the top of Detling Hill. And Detling Hill is actually higher than Thurnham Castle, so there's a lot of up to go on this walk. Here we are, the village of Thurnham. I've eaten in that pub before, it does delicious food. What a beautiful little village. I've never been a particularly religious person, but I always get a sense of calm when I'm around a church. Like a peaceful energy. This is another building that, I mean, this was built in the 13th century, in the 1200s. Still standing now, 800 years later. Now granted, this would have been looked after a lot better than Thurnham Castle, which was, as I said, left to decay when its owner failed to return from the Crusades, but still, to think that that building has been standing there for 800 years, crazy to me, absolutely crazy. The history we have in this country is phenomenal, and you don't even have to go that far to access it. But we're leaving now the village of Thurnham behind, and we're heading for our last stop of the day, and it's a big old climb up there, Detling Hill. Heading back up on top of the North Downs, which we started on top of. That was where I parked up there. We dropped down a little bit to Thurnham Castle, then we dropped down a lot to Thurnham Village, and now we're going all the way back up again. And I know I always say it, you probably get tired of me saying it, you probably think I'm lying, but I'm not. It never looks as steep on the camera as it is in real life, and I'm telling you now, that looks bloody steep. Oh, it's not particularly high, a short sharp climb all in one. First we've got to make our way through this orchard, and then we'll be at the foot of the hill and we'll start the climb. We've cleared the orchard behind us, and now the real climb begins. up there, and it doesn't look like much on the camera because I've just looked through the camera at it, but I promise you this is steep. This is like staircase steep, maybe steeper than that, and there's a fair bit of it as well, but the views when we get up there will be worth it. I'll see you at the top. We've done it, almost, but you can see how much windier it's got. Just coming up this extra bit of elevation. We're almost at the top. It still goes a little bit further up, but it levels out a little bit more from here on. So I just wanted to show you from up top how steep what we've just climbed up is. It's only maybe 100 metres or so of actual distance in terms of walking. But you look how far up we are from the orchards. And you can see it's a heck of a height gain in a short space of time as well. Genuinely as hard as the steepest tours on Dartmoor, I think. A good workout for the legs and the lungs, especially since I haven't done any hiking for a couple of weeks. We've got a bit more climbing up here, and then the summit of Detling Hill is like over there somewhere, so we'll go and visit that, of course. But I just wanted to show you just how steep what we've just come up is, because this is probably the best sense of steepness from this point here. Let's keep going. That's a buzzard circling behind me, and behind it those look like rain clouds, so I might need to get a move on here or I'll get wet. We've entered this little woodland area on top of Detling Hill. White Horse Wood it's called, but don't worry, we will still get views from the summit itself. The viewpoint isn't shrouded in trees. It is open, and we'll get views down off of the North Downs, where we've just come from. That's where we've come from, that's where we're going. The viewpoint, what we all want to see. Well, here we are, the summit of Detling Hill. Amazing view behind us, the highest point of our walk today. We can't quite see Thurnham Castle. Can't quite see Thurnham actually, it's just down behind the crest of the hill there. But what stunning views, eh? Out over Kent. And you can see here, it tells you what we can see. So we've got the village of Bearsted here, which is over there. And then over here we've got the little village of Detling, which is just there, where the hill's named after. Aylesford is just over there. And that big city that you can see there, I believe that's Maidstone. Could be wrong. But yeah, I think that's Maidstone over that way. What a beautiful, beautiful view. But the wind's getting even stronger and it's about to start raining. So I think it's a good time to say thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, do hit like on it, comment down below where you want to see me go next, and subscribe if you want to see more, and give it a hype as well. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon for another adventure. Cheers.